In the news tonight, another Black Friday has arrived.
Honored tradition, Black Friday.
Lines are already forming, hundreds of people deep.
Just a handful of
This
door
father
crasher deals
parent
inside.
camped out all
Retailers
night.
opening their doors on Thanksgiving evening.
These employees took their Thanksgiving dinners to go.
The doors are opening.
Shoppers rushing out to
Roughing the shoppers.
pushing back. It was a chaotic scene.
Welcome back to Marketing in the Morning with Cooper and Erica on K-Grizz Hot 97.3. We're here with some of the higher-ups at the REI team to talk about some of the larger changes they're making to their company.
That's right. We have the executive team from REI. Here on my left, we have Robert, the Chief Marketing Officer, Sean, the Chief Operating Officer, and Jordan's the Chief Financial Officer. Before we get into the reason why you guys are really here, Robert, can you give us a little background on who REI is as a company?
So REI was founded in 1938 to remove barriers that prevented our founding members from going into the outdoors. Their lack of access to great affordable gear and places for them to recreate. 77 years later, we continue to focus on how we can create access to the outdoors and in our designing, manufacturing, and distributing great gear.
Sounds awesome. And Sean, I know you guys have a co-op aspect.
Yeah, so last year we had more than 1 million new members join the REI co-op, and so that equates to over 6 million current active members.
So tell me a little bit about this co-op. What exactly does that mean? How is it different than a corporation?
So as a co-op, they vote on the members of the board as opposed to shareholders would in a publicly traded company.
So members are like people who work for REI?
Or are they people that shop with REI? Members can be both?
They can be both,
Oh,
yeah.
great. Interesting.
Yeah, you can be a
Okay.
member and work at REI.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Very cool. And you also don't just have this huge co-op factor, but you do a lot of community investment, right, with your REI Foundation?
Yeah, actually from 1976 to 2015, the REI Foundation has invested over 68 million
Wow.
in providing access to the outdoors,
Wow.
preserving.
Preserving the outdoors?
Yeah.
You guys have a huge impact on the environment then,
Yeah, that's incredible.
and recreation. But that's not why you're here today, right, Cooper?
Exactly. We didn't come here to discuss all the things that are going right for you. We came here to discuss a problem you guys are having, so let's get right into it.
Yeah, Jordan, can you talk a little bit about the current problem facing REI?
Of course, as will be touched on a little bit more throughout this interview, we as a company have been experiencing a lot of success. We have, last year during 2015, our revenues reached over $2.2 billion. Wow. And, but as a company, we currently hold, out of all the outdoor recreational equipment being sold, we only hold about 8.5% of that market share. And we, as a company, we have a goal each year of increasing our profits about 4% per year. And we're not seeing the kind of growth that we have been expecting and wanting to reach. In fact, we've seen a little bit of a plateau. So the problem that we've really come up against and that we want to tackle is extending our market reach in the shares. And we want to become the largest provider of outdoor goods for outdoor recreation. Now, as being REI, we have a staple. We have a reputation of having high quality products that last a long time and serve their purpose very well.
Right.
What is associated with that is that we also tend to have higher prices than a lot of our competitors. And so because of this, we only reach a customer segment that allows us to reach that 8.5% of the market. So the question that we came up with is we want to reach new customer segments. How are we going to make our products more accessible to lower income customers who can't afford our products as of now, or at least not in the quantities that we would want? So we need to come up with a new differential advantage. We need to be able to target these lower income customers while at the same time not alienating our current customer segments.
Wow, what
Wow,
a fine
that's-
line to walk there.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And it sounds like so you're targeting a lower income customer segment, and you're doing that through creating a new product or line of products.
Yes, we're going to be creating a new line of products that is slightly less quality. However, it's still going to be protected by the REI brand, reputation, and name. But we want to make it more economically feasible for other customer segments to buy into our company.
Interesting. And Sean, how might that impact manufacturing and operations?
So what we plan on doing with that is tightening up our restrictions with our manufacturing companies. Also increasing our third-party professional auditors and who are compliant with ISO 14000. We also co-signed a public statement facilitated by the Sustainable Apparel Coalition.
Great.
Awesome. So Jordan and Robert, what are some factors that you're going to have to overcome to achieve this massive shift?
Well, we have to find a way to market these new products without alienating our current customer segment. We're trying to create an environment that doesn't scare off low-income individuals from our stores, but also doesn't push away the people that we've catered to.
Sure.
For our
Right.
entire
Current
existence, yeah.
customers.
So are you going to be doing this by opening a new store, or integrating these products into your stores that already exist?
They'll be integrated into the stores that currently exist, separated from the other more expensive, but right next to.
I see.
Yeah. So you can see these lower price items right next to the ones that are more expensive to see if they can
Interesting.
shift up. Yeah.
That seems to be a pretty successful business model as far as getting different prices. I see in retail stores lots of times you see the most expensive stuff in the front and lower priced items in the back. So interesting.
Financially speaking, this entire venture presents a huge potential expense. Actually, it will be extremely expensive. What it's going to require is huge investments into research and development in order to find the kind of quality products that we as a store want to be associated with, yet at the same time is just lower quality enough that we can present it at a lower price. One other option that we're looking at with these products is just lowering the profit margins that we as a company are making on each of these products. The problem with this is, rather than being able to get away with selling fewer of the products, our quantity of items sold is going to have to be much higher in order to actually break even and cover the cost of this new venture.
A way to offset that as well is we're looking into cheaper manufacturing, but at the same time maintaining our brand integrity.
Right. Okay.
Right, that's a really important point, actually, because you guys do have a really strong brand, and maybe getting into a new customer segment would dilute that brand a little bit. So how might you avoid that?
So, I mean, REI, we have real strong values, high integrity. We also plan on increasing our auditing partnerships globally.
Great. So keeping the strength of that REI brand throughout all of your products, just offering more of a variety as far as price goes.
Exactly.
Great. So how does this give you guys a differential advantage against your competitors?
Obviously, there are going to be some lower income segments that we just cannot compete with. For example, when looking at Walmart, they are a huge supplier of outdoor recreational equipment. However, their brand has been diluted and is known to be a cheaper, low-quality product that you just buy over and over again. And obviously, we do not want to reach that point where we are considered to be a lower quality product. So one viewpoint that we're looking at is if you look at the way Target does it. They are considered to be a lower priced brand, but at the same time they're considered to be a higher quality than many of their other competitors. They do this by being just slightly priced above other lower priced companies, yet at the same time they cater to a vast number of different customer segments. That, in a sense, maybe not to that extreme, is where we're headed with this.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like you guys have a pretty solid plan ahead of you and a lot of work too. Right?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, folks, you've been listening to Marketing in the Morning with Cooper and Erica, and we've been talking with the REI executives here about their new expansion into new markets. They're going to create a lower price, lower quality goods integrated into their stores and walk that fine line between alienation and exposure.
That's right. So now everybody can afford to shop at REI.